right, okay. Well, Dylan has hit the start meeting button and we're here. And so I'm Ted Knaak. I'm president of TopoDOT. And I'm joined by David Ternius and Dylan Sklar. And we're going to talk to you about TUC 25 online, which is now available at TopoDOT University. And we think this is exactly what you've been waiting for. So for those of you who are attending, we appreciate it. We're going to be hitting this pretty hard through the rest of the year. It's really important. And for you guys that are coming, joining us today, please spread the word what you're going to see about what you're going to see, because this is really going to change a lot of things. So let's get back to it. Most of you that are here, we're in TUC University. We're at TUC 25 this year. And I'd like to start this with just a little recap. So TUC 25 was really quite an event. It's probably our best TUC yet. We just basically upped our game in a lot of areas. We had a lot more people actually that could help. So that was one of the big issues before. But in addition to all the events and we basically the biggest accomplishment of TUC 25 is that we basically revamped the entire curriculum, and we organized it a little better, we presented it a little better, and basically I think it was really well received. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So again, as I'm saying, we're joined. I'm Ted Knaak, president of TopoDOT. You've got David Ternius, IT and web development, and he's the guy who's going to take you through a tour through TopoDOT University and the TUC curriculum today. And then Dylan Sklar, who does all your marketing communications. He's out there talking to you all the time. And then Professor Topo will show up once in a while because he's really the guy behind everything. So. So we've got some exciting news for you. TUC curriculum. As many of you noticed, you're kind enough to mention during TUC 25, we really kind of took the curriculum to a step above where we had been. So Team TopoDOT really put our hearts and souls into a total makeover that really came out well. In addition, I think the curriculum was tighter. We had a lot of better coordination between the material and between the look and feel of every class. And for once, we got started and finished pretty much on time. I don't know, David, you were there, and Dylan too. We didn't run late. We didn't run too late on any classes, did we?
No, it was actually, we handled it pretty well.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's good to hear because it really went well. So, and one of the things about TUC is that we get a chance to meet a lot of you, and that's my favorite thing. And I'll have to apologize anytime. I've talked to many people so many hours, and there's literally, well, there's 250 people there, and of course they all know me and they pretty much know us. I'm thrilled that I see some people like every year, some people every 2 or 3 years. And it's just great to catch up and talk to them again and talk to you because we really paid attention this year and we heard some common themes. You guys all appreciated the TUC experience, but you wish you could take the information back with you, and we really understand that and appreciated that because you get a lot of information at TUC. And to be honest, you're doing well, really well, if you kind of absorb and keep 70% of it. I mean, that takes you to the next level. But, that 30%, where do you go back to find it? And that's kind of what's been bothering us. We really hadn't left you with that resource. So that's one of the things we heard, and we're going to address today. And many of you had been sent to TUC on an assignment, and that assignment was that you were to bring back everything you learned and teach your coworkers. Well, that's a heavy lift, and we've been talking about that for a long time, because one thing coming here and learning tools, the other thing going back and teaching it, and we thought we just thought we really have to help with giving you the resources you need. So that's why we really took a real different approach this year to updating TopoDOT University and again the TUC curriculum. So a lot also wish you could have scheduled more classes, and that's really important too. I mean, there's a lot of things you want to learn, and we realize that and appreciate that, and you just can't fit them all into the schedule. As many of you know, we updated the curriculum to have 2 tracks, and everybody got a foundation the first 2 days. But the second days were really dedicated towards, we call it the C track or the custom track. It's basically applications outside the normal road topography and the like. You have wall monitoring, you have developing building 3D structures like bridges and buildings. So many things. Least squares fit, and how you take a model into a point cloud environment and fit it in, or vice versa. Just so many things: simulations, safety analysis, line of sight analysis. So many analyses, so many things that TopoDOT can do, and it's hard to sign up for all those applications. So you got some, but you don't have access to them all until you come back to TUC next year. And while we'd love to have you, we don't want you to have to wait. So the next thing we do, so we basically what we have is TUC Curriculum is now available at TopoDOT University. So we listen to you, and we're happy to share that good news. Now, I got to tell you that these being available, they aren't just PowerPoint slides and corresponding material. As you know, we kind of made things a little more uniform with the presentation feel. But the team TopoDOT has spent the rest of May, right after TUC we started, in May and June, we actually went in and rebuilt our classes with us recording and presenting again. So the really cool thing is when you go to now TopoDOT University and you really go in and you find those courses, there's going to be like sitting in the classroom. They're going to be teaching you, and David is going to actually take you through that experience. We're going to take a tour of the campus, but you're going to be able to basically really get the full impact of TopoDOT, TUC University, of TUC 25, and you're going to be able to learn a lot. And these courses are going to be like no other material you've seen. So, and the other side is you're going to have some downloads. You're going to be able to some data too. So we want you to not to just look at courses. We wanted you to practice and up your skills and give you the resource to do that. And so you'll be able to download data that are coordinated with the classes you'll be taking. So you'll be able to practice right away, and you'll be able to basically repeat step by step as you go through the videos what's being done. So it's almost like being at TUC minus a lot of things. The networking amongst meeting your peers and doing things and basically having a good time too. Can't skip that. But really, it is like being a TUC. So and we're really excited to offer this service to those of you again who had to go back and teach your teams about what you learned. So this is going to be a tremendous resource for you to organize your own classes. And please give us a call with that if you need some help and some guidance, or just want to talk about what you have in mind, because we'd love to hear from you. So that's what's waiting for you. So the next thing we're going to do is take that TopoDOT University tour. The cool thing about TopoDOT, there are no tests. We know you're smart, so you're all going to get in. And the 2025 tuition is free. And I'm going to take this opportunity to turn this over to David for a TopoDOT University tour. So David, let's go to the TopoDOT University. Can you take over and take everybody through this experience?
If you've never created an account on our website, you can do so easily by opening up your TopoDOT software and going to the Settings tab in your TopoDOT environment and clicking on the Register for University button in the Web section. This is going to send you to the login/registration page on our website, where it's going to also send the licensing information so that we can link your account to your TopoDOT license. So in this login/registration page, you can either log into an existing account, or we can register a new account using the Need to Register button up here. Or you can leverage the single sign-on buttons that will automatically either find your account if one exists with the email associated to your single sign-on, or if one does not exist, it will create a new account for you and skip the account confirmation process. So by all means, this is the easiest method of registering for our website, is by utilizing the single sign-on button. Once you've created your TopoDOT account and it's been properly linked to a TopoDOT license, you can go ahead and access our university by going to TopoDOT.com, accessing the resources in our nav bar in the top right-hand corner, and going to University. This is going to send us to a login page where you can sign in with your credentials or with your single sign-on. Once you're logged in, the first thing you'll see that we moved up to the top is the TopoDOT User Conference session content, where we have organized all of our session content by years. However, just keep in mind that the 2025 session content is the only content that has videos along with the data and the presentations. That's what we're going to be referencing here directly. For the 2025 session content, it's all organized by 3 different tracks. So we've got Track A, Track F, and Track C. Track A is the advanced track, Track F is the foundational, and Track C is for any tools or workflows that don't necessarily fall within a topography workflow. So any tools like the road condition or the wall monitoring, they're kind of their own workflow. So we've placed them in this miscellaneous track. So foundational track is basically taking a extraction technician from A to Z, basics of MicroStation, all the way to how to create a full topography using the TopoDOT tools. And then track A, or the advanced track, kind of builds on top of that foundational. With the advanced track, a lot of the content makes the assumption that you already know how to run the basic tools. A lot of the foundational tools already know how to run them, and you're proficient with them. And then we kind of build on top of that for how to leverage these tools for either extracting more complicated geometry, broken curbs, a lot of ramps, things like that, as well as leveraging a lot more of our automated tools in order to bump up the productivity of your extracting. All right. So whatever track you decide to go through, you can just click on the button to drill down into that track. So let's go ahead and jump into our foundational track here. All of the tracks are more or less formatted the same way. So the first thing you'll see in the top section here is our project data. So the project data is basically a zip file that has all of the data necessary for running through the complete track. It will have a section for all of the point cloud data and imagery files, a directory with the point cloud data and imagery files, as well as any directories for DGN files, supplementary files necessary for running through each individual course. All organized within one zip file, so you can just download that, uncompress it, and then you'll be ready to go. Below that, we've got 4 different sections, and basically organized by day of when these courses were given during our TUC event. So if you're looking to run through all of the foundational course, you can basically just run through them in order. We've got our course number, and you'll be taking the course basically how we gave it at the TUC event. So we'll open up Foundational 1, MicroStation and TopoDOT Basics. You can just go ahead and click that, and that will open up the accordion, where it'll give us a course description, a button for the presentation or PowerPoint file itself, and a video. So if we go ahead and click on the play button for the video, let me go ahead and pause that, we will see a table of contents immediately pop up. So this table of contents is nice. The videos are sectioned off in chapters. And within our table of contents, if you're wanting to jump to a particular spot, maybe you've already seen this video and you want to go take a look at the exercise, you can reference the table of contents and click on any entry in here, and that will take you to that point in the video. And I mentioned up here as well that the presentation PowerPoint files are available. If you're going through this content for the first time, it's not necessary to reference that. The PowerPoints are generally recorded within the videos themselves with a bit of lecture from whoever was doing the recording. All right. So all of the courses are organized in the same way. So you can run through all of your track and experience more or less the experience that we have at TUC for the actual training event. So if you have any questions beyond what's given here, so questions about the content, maybe the specific tool, or maybe something is missing, you can always send us an email at support@topodot.com, or if you're already on our website, you can access the support button in the bottom left-hand corner. This is available on the university as well as our main website, basically anything across TopoDOT or certainty3d.com. If you click on that, you can go ahead and type in your question. So if we're not sure how to use the wall monitoring tool, this will search our FAQ if there's an available article that might answer your question, or you can then click on the Contact Us button, and that will present a form that will send the information directly into our ticketing system so that our TSO team can answer your question as soon as possible. So Ted, if you want to talk more specifics about that and how we organize those tracks.
Yeah, no, I know. I think it's, I think we notice when people sign up for at TUC, a lot of the guys want to jump into advanced right away because they want to learn the best tools. But if you're a little new, or if you're really kind of looking at a tool that's, that you're not familiar with, hey, go back to the foundational. There'll be Breakline Foundational, Breakline Advanced. It's not that one's really, so much better than the other. Oh, the advanced tends to be a little more automated, a little faster, in some sense. But the bottom line is the foundational tools are very productive, and they give you the foundation, the baseline, the starting point of how to use that tool. And once you understand that well, it's not a big deal to go to the advanced in that same tool and say, okay, now I understand, what options I have. So, don't shy away from the foundation. And especially if you're really new, we take you from the beginning. I think the first course you see, I think it's going to be like MicroStation for TopoDOT or something like that, right? So that's going to take you through the very beginning. You can get started if you're still really kind of coming from the outside and new to TopoDOT. So anyway, and of course, again, I talked about the applications. Those are those individual applications like wall monitoring and speed, around curve analysis, road geometry, pavement condition, just all those things that are really kind of specific applications that are really covered in that C drive and in that C track. And many of you didn't get a chance to, do all that when you were here at TUC. So those are all now available to you. So you guys have seen what we have in TopoDOT University. This is a short webinar for a very big topic. So, and that's a good thing. So basically, I'm just telling you, become a TopoDOT wizard at TopoDOT University. You can, it's available to everyone in the TopoDOT, user community. And we're really, again, I said it before, probably twice. Here's the third time. I'm really excited to support those TUC attendees who are training your colleagues. We really have some real vision for that, but we want to help you absolutely any way we can. And as always, don't hesitate if you're just kind of wondering how to set up a class and what that's like, because everybody thinks it's easy until you stand up in front of 10 people or 20 or whatever it is and start doing it, and then all of a sudden it takes a little while to get good at it. So we just want TopoDOT University to become an invaluable resource for you. So I can only just say, sorry it took so long to get this far, but but we're doing some really exciting things here at TopoDOT, and this is just one of them. Okay, so what's next at TopoDOT University? I really want to get across now that this isn't the end; it's the beginning. Obviously, it's going to be critically useful, but we're going to move ahead, and you're going to see a lot of changes. So bottom line is, please come back. Even if you're working, you got everything, please take a look, and Dylan's going to let you know from time to time what's new in the university. That's going to be a kind of a thing we do. But what we have in mind is kind of an application-based training approach where, right now it's kind of a tool-based, which is important. But then the question is really, and what everybody wants to know is, well, what's your production look like? How do you do that? So we're going to basically give you data, give you a road, and say, maybe we'll give you some background, maybe a seed file. We'll see, something like that, and say, all right, you've got the seed file, you're set up. You've got maybe some cells we'll make in advance for you in some sense, that you can just pop right in. Here's the tools we suggest you use, so you can kind of go look back and then do the application. Let us know how long it takes, and see how long it takes, and we'll recommend a time. And bottom line is, we don't want you to be discouraged if it took you longer. We'll kind of take our A team, and we kind of know TopoDOT pretty well, so we'll do it. But the bottom line, if it takes you too long or you have some trouble, call us. It gives us insight into exactly what you need, where you might have got hung up, right? And that's really going to be critical, because learning tools is one thing, but now to apply them in what order and what's what kind of synergy they have working together, well, that's really critical. So the application-based training is going to come pretty soon, because we've got some things already finished, so we'll get them up there. And again, it comes up on TopoDOT University pretty quickly, because that's the easy part. There's going to be a credential program. Hey, eventually everybody wants to know how good you are. You want to know how good you are, and you want, and you guys, you love our swag, so we're going to make that work with it too. So the bottom line is, we're going to kind of think is that, basically how much you can get done in a certain amount of time with a certain kind of application or project. We're working on automating some, from our side, automating your results. If you want to send them to us, or we'll make them available to us somehow, the line work you bring out, the DGN, the DOG, wherever you're going with your deliverable. And we'll just kind of compare it to what we have here and go, okay, you kind of hit a home run, or could use a little work, and we can know exactly what to zero in on and help you get better. So again, all this is based on, helping your career, helping you get better, and helping you be better in your career, more productive. So, I mean, that's a key thing. And hopefully along the way, you'll have a little fun doing it. So, and then basically, TopoDOT user groups, this is one, these guys know, probably Dylan and David are going, what? But I heard this a couple times. A lot of you guys out there would really like, we are a community of TopoDOT users, and we do have a lot of fun, and everybody enjoys TUC, but they'd like to carry on that interaction and that reaction, and exchange information and learn from your peers inside and outside your companies. Some of your companies are big enough to have your own group, really, but even outside, and learn new techniques that we can't help you with. How do you do things from the field, and how do you deliver something that we don't go that far into the process. So so we think that's going to be exciting. Stay tuned for that. That's probably early in earnest, get started in 2026, or maybe as early as kind of setting the foundation and getting it organized in late this year. So but anyway, between application-based credential program, those will come through the rest of this year, and TopoDOT user groups, we'll see. If you're lucky enough to live in Florida, you'll probably be one of the first. So just to get ourselves going here. But hey, if you're interested, give us a call, and we'll make sure we include you no matter where you are. We'll make sure that you guys can get started too. So anyway, so let's do this. And okay. So hey, this was pretty quick. We're almost at the end of our presentation here. Again, we think didn't think it was going to be too long, but it really reflects, gosh, a lot of hard work from our side, a lot of input from your side, and we just want to hear from you how well it went. So we're going to add. We don't have it in there yet, but we're going to add a little bit of interaction at the end of that. And we did miss that, David. The one thing we did miss in the tour through TopoDOT University is how to get support when you need it. Do you think you want to go back in that, or
yeah, I still have it up.
Sure. Why don't you grab the screen, because it's really critical. We don't want you to be stuck somewhere. So if you're having trouble applying a tool, or something doesn't make sense, or you're just running into some bug, or some something that's not set up right in your computer, David, why don't you show them what they can do?
Yeah, so if you have any other questions, like while you're going through the content, question about the content, or something's missing, or basically any support question, on our website, we've got a support button in the bottom left-hand corner. Here you can start to type in, your question, and that will search our FAQ if it's something that we've already answered before, or if it's not quite there, you can click on Contact Us and fill out this form, and that will go straight into our ticketing system. So that will help you be in contact with our TSO team, training and support operations, as fast as possible, and get your question answered.
That's great. So thanks for that, David. And I think that's critical, guys. Don't don't get stuck. Don't get stuck just kind of looking at your screen, wondering what to do next. We're here for you. And you guys know the people that have called us and really interacted with us before. You know how committed we are to really helping you. So how am I doing, guys? I'm good. I'm up. All right.
Yep.
So we're only a support call away too. So if you really, those two methods, you kind of need help today, you got to get something done. If it's during working hours, here in Florida, we'll be sure to help you out. So emails, text, whatever you can do. Of course, and not the next day will work. So that's about it for our presentation. And before we go, I just want to do, Dylan has given me a little housekeeping since we have you online here. And we're going to share this with a lot more people as in the months to go that are coming. So let's just go here and say, just so you know, the TopoDOT 2025.2 release is releasing September 10th, and the webinar will be on the 10th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so that's coming up. That's going to be exciting. A lot of cool things coming on board. Really, the TopoShare 2.0 release notes. I have a ... Dylan. I noticed that when I put it up. Is there a date on that, or what's just coming?
Yeah,
probably at this point it's coming.
Yes, TopoShare version 2025 will be releasing alongside TopoDOT version 2025.2.
Okay.
There will be a lot of more information. There's going to be a mandatory update of the TopoShare administrator application. And there will also be some downtime on September 6th and 7th. So just to keep you guys aware, there will also be more information coming through, social media channels as well as email. And of course, if you have any questions on that, like we've been saying, give us a call or email support@topodot.com.
Excellent. Okay, now I get it. And yeah, look, hey guys, TopoShare 2.0. We find so many of our customers aren't using TopoShare, even though it's included. You can use it. It is I will just tell you, the user community that's really employing TopoShare is killing it. And the 2.0 is the time to get in. We've done so many new tools. We call it a real product now, where we developed to the TopoShare first over years, and we've really rewritten it, and we've added a lot of the capabilities. So data governance is how you handle your data efficiently, and how you make that data more valuable for yourself, and how you make your services more valuable, not just to your direct client, but make that data and your service available throughout the project, throughout operations, and basically increase the lifetime, the project lifetime of your data also, because that's it. The communication that TopoShare gives you with the outside world and the collaboration is just unparalleled, and we're just seeing it happen over and over again. It's very valuable. So okay, so again, and then on that little off topic, we're going to be updating the TopoShare administrator. That's a mandatory update. So but we have included, if anybody's wondering, for you TopoShare users out there, new projects on legacy versions of TopoDOT will have limited functionality, but they'll work. I'm sorry, wait a minute. After the update, new projects on legacy versions of TopoDOT will have limited functionalities. I get it. Wait a minute. And all projects uploaded previously will work 100% functionality. Dylan, I'm not sure. That confuses me. So I'm just going to leave it there. somehow, basically, these guys have been working so that your past projects will be basically will flow into TopoShare 2.0 without a problem. So there might be some functions not available because you have legacy data, but they'll work the way they worked, and you'll have a lot of more capability with 2.0 and projects that are uploaded post 2.0 with the new administrator. I think that's what I was trying to say there. So anyway.
Yeah, and there'll be more details in the marketing that we send out as well.
A lot of more details, but please, this is one of the most important things you can do too, is to stay abreast of 2.0, stay abreast of TopoShare. It'll change your entire operations. So thank you for taking the time with today. And thanks to the team here, David and Dylan for helping me with this webinar. And then also, and all the hard work from you guys, and of course the entire TopoDOT team, who's really represents a real significant effort and development. So you're going to see this be played again here and there. It'll be available online. Dylan, where's it going to be available? On
all of our
website?
Social media channels and on our YouTube as well.
Okay, so spread it around, take those links, send them, tell them, hey guys, we got to look at this. So we appreciate your spending time with us. Please let us know how you're going. And once there might be a survey that shows up in the university, please fill it out when you get a chance. It just helps us to understand what your experience was like and how we can make it better. So when you see that, if you take a few minutes to fill in whatever we put up there, we're working on that. But please do. And we'd love to hear from you. And so thank you very much. And I think, Dylan, with that, I think we'll call it a wrap.